my dissertation on the use of marijuana. I promise you. I guess there's some medicinal uses. And don't ask me how I know how it would smell. I went to college. But it is a poem that has, whenever I do it, people come up to me and say, well, that meant something to me, and it was totally different from what it meant to her or him. But to me, it's all about what's under the brim or what's supposed to be there, because cowboying ain't about spitting, swearing, and being disrespectful. It's really about integrity, honesty, and love. And I hope this poem gives you a semblance of where I'm coming from with it. I was down to the mill to pick up some feed. I caught a drift. This kid been puffing weed. This young feller there, not moving too fast, nodded at me in the aisle we passed. I didn't cipher it right off, but now I knew who he was. The grapevine eluded his penchant for wacky weed buzz. I'd known his dad before he'd passed on. The youngin' was looking for gloves to don. His boots was lacers, neither one tied. He picked these thick-line mitts that he had tried. His pa would have let him to lace his boots up tight, likely would have told him to tuck his shirt in right. We're waiting to pay, and he sticks out his hand. The callus has told me that his old man's sand. He addressed me as sir. He was pards with my dad. He winced as he said it. His expression was sad. For many years, his pa and I were thick as kin. Why, I thought that was you. You've grown some. How long's it been? Not counting Dad's funeral, the homecoming game 5 years ago. Before that, in winter, my junior year, you give us a tow. Sure enough. His father pulled away some after my divorce. My ex was good pals with his mother. I understood. Yet both his pa and I knew either would have the back of the other. We'd run into each other once in a while after that and catch up on daily life. He'd always invite me to stop by any time and try to reclaim good graces with the wife. We both knew that wouldn't work. But there was always interest and goodwill. Oddly enough, the last time I saw him breathing was right there at that mill. That's a nice hat. Is it new? No, actually had it quite a while. Ma stressed I wear one the other day. Where was I? Ma stressed I wore one the other day. Took family pictures at Thanksgiving. Always makes me think of him. I got all his old ones. I keep them in a trunk with all of his guns. Maybe you ought to start wearing your old man's brim. He'd be honored, and as a reminder to him. Surely he is a personable sort, no doubt an inherited trait. I was tempted to lecture about the weed and put his butt straight. It struck me. It wasn't my place to pass judgment on this young son. He'd been through more than most, and sure enough, it weren't a lot of fun. Dreams shattered. No school, no sports, no hard-working buck. Losing his healer, his hero, his dad, was real tough luck. No, I didn't approve of his chosen affliction, but we all go through seasons, and maybe, just maybe, the Lord put us together for good reasons. I asked him to breakfast. We did us some talking, spoke of times with his dad and the path he was walking. Politely, he tried to pick up the check, or I reminded him 'twas my invitation. Said he enjoyed the chuck and catching up. We agreed next week, same time and station. Been 10 weeks for breakfast. We both enjoy the chat. This morning, I noticed he's wearing his old man's hat. Thank you.